we're honored to have Jean-Francois, the general manager from Louis Max Winery. Welcome to Folly.
Hello, thank you.
Honored to have you here. So basically what we want to do today is just talk a little bit about the basics, you might say. So tell us a little bit about the history of Louis Max, please.
Louis Max, we start the adventure in 1859. I was not there. And in fact, the origin of the company is coming from Georgia. And Evgeny Max came to Burgundy, and we start to do wine over there in Burgundy, because as you may know, Georgia is one of the origin of the winemaking.
Yes, they are definitely the birthplace.
That's the birthplace, absolutely.
Of the modern wines. And so I guess you've kind of brought some of the techniques from that Georgian heritage to your organic viniculture program. Is that correct?
So you go very quick, in history, because
absolutely.
1859 to today, so that's true that, there's a magic, and the recipe today for success is to mix the tradition and modernity. So we always go to the tradition, and that's why we start with organic production. Long time ago, one of our domain in the south of France, we start in the 70s. Okay, 20 years before you had the stamp on the bottle. And we are in organic productions since then. Organic for us means a lot. So it's not just a new trend, because in fact, yes, it's a new trend, but this is part of our DNA.
Excellent, excellent. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that you actually use horses to still plow some of the fields there at Louis Max. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, and it's not because horses is never on strike, because it works, whatever you want if you feed the horse, but it's true that we use horse. We use horse for the young vine, because if you take a tractor is heavy. Okay, so with the young vines, the horse is more delicate.
Excellent.
It's not as heavy and it's more delicate. It's not going to ruin the young vines. So if you go to our vineyards, you will see this horse. Her name is Baronne. It's a she.
There's one horse.
Yeah. Baronne. It's a she.
Baron is a she.
Yes, and we take care of her very well.
Excellent. Yeah.
So it's a combination of, again, modernity and tradition.
Well,
and even in our name, I always say Louis Max. You see, this is Louis Max. So Louis XIV, Louis XVI, Louis Vuitton, that's tradition. Max, Mad Max. So Louis Max is a combination in his own name of tradition, Louis, and Max, Mad Max.
Well, I can tell that you really love Baron because it really shows in your wines. I've had the opportunity to taste this first cru. Tell me a little bit about the... don't get too much as far as the chemical breakdown, but tell me a little bit about the nuances.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to any oenologist boring stuff. Just to give you a little bit of feedback. Okay, so we are in Burgundy. Burgundy is very simple. It's Chardonnay for the white and Pinot Noir for the red. We never blend. We don't blend any grapes. So here you have Reuilly, Mercurey, no machine for harvest. We select the grapes, if the year is not so good, sometimes you have some grapes which are not totally perfect, so we select the grapes. We put the grape in the barrel, no mechanics, no machine, nothing. We put the grape in the big barrels, in the big tank, okay, for the red, and it is going to be pressed directly in the press machine for the white. This goes to the barrels, 228 liters, 300 bottles, the traditional barrels. And for the red, we are going to keep it a little bit longer in barrels, so we keep 2 winters. So if the harvest is in September, we wait for 2 winters, and after January, February, we are going to bottle. Here we use whole cluster, which means that we take the grape and we for the alcoholic fermentation, sugar to alcohol, we take the grape and we don't take each piece of grapes, but we are going to take the grape together after 2-3 weeks, depending on the temperature. it is going to be pressed, and after it goes directly to the barrel. So again, tradition, modernity. Modernity because we can control everything in this life now. You know, even a wine organic. You know in a minute if your wine is organic or not. You know, if it has been polluted by other let's say neighbors.
These two types of grapes, in my humble opinion, I think are probably the most food-friendly wine. And of course, here at Folly by Nick and Scott, we're all about the food and how it plays off the wines. Tell me a little bit about it and how it fits in with food. And
the characteristic of Burgundy, and a good Burgundy. First, it is good when it is young. It is good when it is old, like us, you see.
Get better with age, just
so
like
you don't
wine.
need to age. You know, somebody who is going to tell you, oh, this is going to be better in 10 years, 15 years. First, you don't know where you will be in 15 years, and it's not true. If the wine is not good at the beginning, it will never be good. So that's the first characteristic. The second characteristic is we are looking at Louis Max, we are looking for, so not the good name, drinkability. So the whole idea, when you are in a restaurant, it's you drink a glass of wine, and you are not a journalist. You want to forget the glass of wine. The objective is to have good time. And the thing with Burgundy is you drink 1 glass, 2 glass, 3 glass, 4 glass. Life is better after 4 glass, and after you order another bottle. The key thing is easy to drink, you see?